want to introduce you to a good friend of mine and my futures trading mentor of sorts, Fari Hamzei. I learned futures from Fari and other great traders in Fari's HFT chat room every day. Fari's a nationally ranked market timer, founder of Hamzei Analytics, and a futures and options quant trader. He's also the author of this book, Masters Traders, which covers a lot of great insight from a lot of traders. So welcome, Fari. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, actually. Nice shirt you have on over there.
Hey, I think we match. What do you have on?
I got both. I got Hamzei Analytics and I've got my Trade Monster. So we'll keep Dr. J happy. How's that?
Yeah, I appreciate
it.
Yeah, I appreciate you clothing us over here at Market Ice.
No worries.
So
that's the least we can do for you.
Yeah. So, Fari, do you realize this is the first time we've met face-to-face, even though we've worked on a lot of projects together, like the Three Gurus?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've talked a lot. We have had different ideas thrown around, but I think it's the first one that's actually a two-way communication live on the video. So, great honor, sir. Thank you.
I know, it's hard to get you on the camera. Popular man. Can you tell us a little about what is your vision for the Three Gurus? Because I know you've put in a lot of thought into this.
It basically, what we wanted to do is to provide good education at a nominal cost. Our feeling is that education doesn't have to be expensive. Good education, that is. Doesn't have to be expensive. And we can try to keep it relevant. That is, adjust to the market conditions and talk about relevant issues. As you know, we started this in the concept in 2007. Our first webinar was first seminar, which was in person, was in early 2008, in March of 2008. I'm sorry, not March, May of 2008. Same as such for them. May of 2008, and then we had one again. That was in Las Vegas. Then we had one in Chicago in September of 2008. Actually, day after TARP was announced. Of course, this was scheduled way in advance because of being a physical meeting, being another seminar, and was held at SIBO. And, through those two events in 2008, we talked about what was critical at that time. For example, in Vegas, my concentration was high gamma option trades, because that was what was working at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And why I'm bringing that up is because market has a texture. It is textures, I should say. And these textures change. They're not always the same. So as textures change, we need to adjust our strategies and play what makes sense and be cognizant of the fact that new textures will come into play.
What textures are you referring to exactly for those who don't trade with you on a daily basis like I do?
By texture, I mean a type of range days we have, type of volatilities we have, some key names that are playing at that time. For example, back in 2008, almost everything, text, solars, material names, these were key plays. I mean, Google, Apple, First Solar, these were key names that you play in and out. And then by 2008 September, a majority of those names were gone. Few big name, big caps were safety names. That's where market was converging to. And so the game had changed. Now you would take some safety names in terms of longs and your shorts for all these other 4-letter words. The NASDAQ, because those you wanted to short. And sell the heck out of it. And of course, this continued into 2009, culminating in a low we had in March. And so by summer of 2009, I went back to the boys, to Price Headley and Larry McMillan, and said, I think the market is beginning a little bit more normalized. Still not where we were, but I think there may be a need for getting out there in front of people, for doing a webinar of a sort, and let's make this one global. And so we had one by the time we scheduled it, and I did the planning and internal work that's involved. We had the November webinar, and it was pretty good. And then in March, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, or about a week from now or so, we're doing kind of a more of a across the board webinar, or in a sense that yes, it is global. Yes, we're talking options and futures, but we're also bringing in different disciplines in, like sentiment. Jason Gopert, we're bringing in Anne Marie, which would be very much involved with retracement and with stocks. And that's her forte. And then Ashraf Laidi, which you saw him today on CNBC, will be gracing us with his presence on, with his expertise and wisdom on Forex.
Yeah.
So, and we feel this way, everybody gets something that they need out of the webinar, making it truly global. And I like that formula. We're not just taking options or just taking futures.
Yeah.
So not everybody can play options and futures. We have to face that. It's high leverage, high volatility, and it's the chicken and the egg. If you don't have the stomach for it, you won't be able to trade it. But if you haven't traded for a while, you will never have the stomach for it.
Right.
So
plus, all the different disciplines that you need to trade options, you can't just focus on options by itself, right? You still need to understand the market conditions, which is what Ashraf and Jason will be providing.
True. You really have to really understand market sentiment, market timing, global flows. You have to understand the macro picture, the micro picture of the specific name, and that's just getting to the name. That's just finding the stock. Then once you try and get to the option, you got to understand all the math and the price movements and the Greeks that are involved that creates the option move. As Dr. J was once describing to me, I think we were in Park City, Utah, back in 2001 for a conference, and I just had a chance to meet with him. He said, look, in the futures market, you got three strategies: long, short, flat. That's it. That's the only two you could be. You're long, you're short, you're flat, period. Get a little bit esoteric, yeah, maybe you hedge. Long ES, short NQ, for example.
Right.
Now, you walk into options game, there's at least like 28 known strategies. Quite a bit of different problem, okay? And so, and I'm not a good person on that. I mean, I think I understand the mathematical work behind it. I understand the black shows and that sort of thing. And the logarithmic way where the price and time has to move your way to get to your results on a pure, long call or long put situation. But when you get into these exotic situations like iron condors and wireflies and so on, the game is not that straightforward. And not just you need the macro picture and micro picture, now you got to understand the option picture.
Right.
So that's why people get so excited about when they see or read the simple vanilla package option explanation that the industry gives you. And you say, oh my God, yeah, I can put the dollar up, and if it moves $2, I make $5. Well, wait a second. I forgot to tell you what the chances are and, the probabilities and so on. So the game becomes much more rougher, and that's why making the money in that market is not that easy. Yes, you will make some, you will hit some balls out of the ballpark, no question, but it won't be every ball, and I think in all the derivatives games, it's much easier to advise people to go for singles and doubles. Don't try to swing for the fence. It's not that easy. If you do get it, chalk that to luck than anything else.
That's great advice. Thank you.